Windy and chilly. What's going on, everybody? I know it's been a minute, but I'm back. First off, I want to just say thank you to everybody who came out and showed me love and support through everything I've been going through. So I really appreciate all the love and support that you guys give me, all the comments, all the tips. I really do it. I'm doing well. I'm doing great. Just like I said, it's been about dedication, but I'm not here to dabble onto that. Today we're going to be talking about Laowa, and particularly their 1.5 times full frame or large format anamorphics, which are these guys. Full disclosure, Laowa did send me these to try out, but I don't even get to keep these guys. I'll just get them for a while, for a little bit as a loaner, and then I got to return them. So no money exchanges hands, and Laowa's not even getting a chance to see it. They just wanted me to try them out, see what I think, especially how they look with the Pyxis 12K. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today. I've had these lenses for about a month now, and I originally was going to had a project that I was going to shoot them on. Unfortunately, the project got delayed a little bit, so I don't know if I'll have these in the time that the project is going to be here. So I'm making this review now, but I still have got ample amount of footage, and I got quite a bit of opinions about these lenses. In the YouTube community, there's quite a sparring debate on what is what are proper or what are true anamorphic lenses. And that's sort of where there may be some controversies about this, or you may feel a certain way about certain things when it comes to these lenses. There's quite a few people and some very prominent and influential people that say the character flaws or some of the quirks or funk, as some people have says, are part of the anamorphic experience and you should embrace it. I am in the camp of lenses are there to be tools, and the more variety of different options or different looks or different use cases, the better it is for the shooter in the experience. Because I don't believe that you should be pushed or pinned into a category. At the end of the day, you are the creator, you are the artist, and you should be able to use whatever tool brushes that best fit you. And for me, these lenses fit me more so than a lot of the more budget-friendly lenses that are very popular, Blazar. I find these to be way more enjoyable, way more experience. And after talking to a couple of my film buddies, there's a lot more people out there that actually enjoy the look and the characteristics of these lenses, even though they don't have that quirky. They do a lot to refine the quirkiness of anamorphic lenses. So let's actually start with the build quality and designs. These guys are actually pretty light when it comes to anamorphic lenses, particularly that both of these are full frame anamorphic lenses, or I should say large format anamorphic lenses, as the image circle can cover the open gate of an RELX LF, which is slightly larger than digital 35mm full frame. So these guys can cover it, and they can also cover VistaVision as well. And to me, the beauty of these lenses is in the design is that they're pretty lightweight to where you can put them on. Where I personally feel like if you're shooting PL, especially which I have here, you got a good PL mount or a good PL mount adapter, you can run with these without necessarily needing a lens support, although they do provide, when you get these lenses, they do provide lens support for you as well. And also if you're EF mount, there is an option to swap to those, but personally I prefer the PL mount. It is a more secure mount, and it's also just as much of a universal mount as EF. So that's just my preference, but your mileage may vary. In terms of the focus throws, I really do appreciate that there is a good throw distance and a good amount of separations for both the 42 and the 85, which are the two here. Although I know a lot of people are going to probably complain about the minimum focus distance, particularly of the 85, which is, I believe, about 1 meter. Yes, it is 1 meter or 3 feet 3 inches, which is kind of wide, but it is an 85 millimeter lens. A lot of your subjects are going to be about 3 feet away anyway. Whereas the 42, the focus stops down to, I think, 1 foot 8 inches. Yeah, 1 foot 8 inches. So for a lot of people, that's still pretty short, but that's kind of the expectation when it comes to anamorphic lenses. You can always get diopters for them, but I personally don't mind this. It fits my biggest complaint about a lot of lenses, particularly spherical photography lenses, which is that a lot of the throw distance is too much on the close focus point, where there's not a lot of throw distance for the further distances away, which makes it harder to create separations. Whereas these, you can, because of that focal distance, it's to me perfect for something like this, where you're going to be able to put stuff in front of the subject and behind the subject and create a 3D separation, which I absolutely love. These are 1.5 times Desqueeze lenses, which so basically the 42 is going to be the equivalent of a 28, and the 85 is going to be the equivalent of, I believe, like a 60, closer to a 60. I'll get the proper equivalents in the description. But because of that, they're perfect for cameras that have 3x2 open gate sensors, like the Pyxis 12K, the Cinema Camera 6K, the C50, the Lumix cameras. You get the gist. So they're perfect for that. But if you guys want to shoot on 16:9 or 17:9 sensor cameras, or cameras that are only capable of giving you those aspect ratio options, they're still great. And they don't stretch the image too far where it's like your screen is too squeezed in. So these are a great workaround. But I guess this is the time to sort of talk about the image quality. And like I said, this is where some people say it's controversial. I don't, but these guys are a bit more on the, I would say, modern in terms of anamorphic lenses, and meaning, but they still give all those feels of an anamorphic. And what I mean by that is, in terms of the bokeh and the stretch factor, that sense of depth because of the 1.5 times squeeze factor, the bokehs are very circular and lovely. Those are all still in here. I guess where the modern comes in is where you get stuff like very, very sharp. While there's a lot of anamorphic lenses out there where you can probably get a little bit faster than these, because these are T2.9 lenses, but at T2.9, these are incredibly sharp, wide open. And for me, I love that fact of that, and I love the fact that it doesn't give a lot of the funk, such as the aspect ratio adjustment that some have when you're pulling focus. I'm glad that's not here. The lens flares are relatively controlled, and you still have a good amount of contrast. The chromatic aberration overall on the 42 is pretty well maintained, though the loca or longitude chromatic aberration on the 85 is very pronounced, and you will notice that on this one. But overall, they're very meticulous of having more of a modern look, but still giving that feel of an anamorphic lens. So that's why the sharpness is these things are incredibly sharp. And for me, I personally love that a little bit more for me, because I feel like there's a lot more options with these lenses that I can use on projects where I don't have to quote unquote bake in the image that with stuff that I may not necessarily like. Because as someone who's worked a little bit with the Blazars, but more particularly where I had worked with the Atlas Mercuries, where the funk, especially if you try to put your subjects on the side, created some frustrations and struggles in trying to keep certain things in focus. That's not the case in here. The focus is very well balanced, very well maintained, and it makes shooting a lot easier, and easier for me to bring these on projects. And if things come up where I may want to add where I want maybe some more funk, I could obviously rent other lenses, or if you got a plugin like Lens Node, which lets you throw in some of those, some effects or some quirks onto these anamorphic lenses that give you a chance to quote unquote dirty them up. Then you have that option. So, because it's always easier to start off with something a little bit, I don't like to use the word clean, but start off with something a little bit more modern and then dirty it down. So that's how those are sort of terms. But overall image quality, these guys are absolutely beautiful, particularly the 42 millimeter one. I absolutely love this one. I pretty much use this one the most because it has, for those of you that follow me for quite some time, you guys know that my favorite focal length is the 40 millimeter, but one of the other ones that I really do enjoy is the 28. And I get kind of the best of both worlds with this lens. I get the look of a 40 to 45 millimeter vertically, but I get the look of a 28 millimeter horizontally. And I absolutely just love the look on this. And I love how sharp and clean it is, especially when you combine it with something like the Pyxis 12K with, even if you're not using the whole resolution of that camera, you're just shooting 4K, the details that you can pull with this camera, with this lens, is absolutely astonishing. It's absolutely amazing, and I love it. I do love the 85 and the look that it gets, though some of those quirks like that longitude chromatic aberration can come into play, and this does tend to flare up a little bit more. So definitely with this lens, I would recommend that you get a matte box or something if you want to just have a little bit more control. It's still nice, but I absolutely love, if I had to choose between the two, I will absolutely go with the 42 millimeter lens. The image that but both of these images produce great, but the terms of the look that I get out of this, absolutely love it. I guess there's only a few downsides that I would say regarding these lenses. The main one is probably that most people are going to probably have a problem with is the pincushion distortion. Now, it's a lot more maintained and controlled than some of the other budget anamorphic lenses. And it's a lot easier to adjust and fix with, especially if you got DaVinci Resolve that has the lens distortion correction. It does it a lot easier without making weird things happen to the image when you desqueeze it. So, but it does have a pincushion distortion. So even though it's slight, it is something that you should be aware and you should know of. The only other thing is for some people, it's going to be the price. These are, I believe, $1,500 a piece, which is a little bit higher than a lot of its competitors and the budget-friendly options. However, to me, that the quality that comes out of these lenses is superior than a lot of the budget anamorphics out there. So I personally think these are, again, when it comes to anamorphics, everybody has their opinions, but to me, these are much more, they're to me better long-term investments overall long-term than something like Blazars or Surae, a lot of Surae's anamorphic lenses. Again, you do get the smooth oval bokehs that you're looking for in anamorphics. You still get that anamorphic perspective. The lens flares are still nice and they're not wild or crazy out of control. Again, if that's something that you want, that's cool, and there is some still some cool effects that the lens flare does. But I like the fact that it's not all over the place, like you throw a little bit of light and then it just flares up like crazy. You really have to hit it with a hard light and really put it to use. But overall, I've had a blast with these and I can't recommend these enough. I absolutely love both of these lenses. I'm definitely going to get the 42. It's definitely the one I'm going to get. And then in terms of looking at other focal lengths, I may look at some other ones after, but absolutely love this one. So anyways, guys, this is my thoughts on the Laowa Nanomorph LF lenses. I would love to know what you guys think. Let me know, leave your comments down below. And as always, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, take care, everyone.